Hello! Welcome to this video on finding the standard form equation of a line when you are given a point on the line and its slope, and when you are given 2 points on the line. Let's get started with an example. Find the standard form equation for a line that has a slope of 4 and it passes through the point 6, 2. There are two ways to solve these types of problems. You can first solve it for slope-intercept form and then convert to standard form, or you can solve it for the point-slope form of the line and then convert that to standard form. Either way will get you the correct answer. For this example, we are going to first solve for the slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Since we know that the slope is 4, which is the value for m, we can plug in 4 for m into this equation. So we'll get y equals 4x plus b. Now take the point you were given and plug it in for the values x and y. Then we're going to solve for the y-intercept, b. So if we plug in 2 for our value for y and 6 for our value for x, we get 2 equals 4 times 6 plus b. Now we want to solve for b, so we'll do that by first multiplying on the right side. So we'll get 2 equals 4 times 6 is 24 plus b. Then we subtract 24 from both sides of the equation, which will give us negative 22 equals b. Now that we know our y-intercept, plug this into the equation from a few steps earlier. So our new equation is y equals 4x minus 22. Remember, this is the slope-intercept equation of the line, but we are looking for the standard form of our linear equation. So standard form of a linear equation is ax plus by equals c. So we need to rearrange to get our x terms and our y terms on the left side of our equation and our constants on the right side of our equation. So we'll do this by subtracting 4x from both sides of the equation. So if we subtract 4x from both sides, we'll get y minus 4x equals negative 22. From here, we can switch the x and y terms on the left side of the equation by using the commutative property of addition. So we'll get negative 4x plus y equals negative 22. Now remember, in order for a linear equation to be in standard form, a must be a positive integer. So in this case, we have a as negative 4. So we need to get rid of that negative sign. So to do that, we're going to multiply the entire equation by negative 1. When we do that, we'll get 4x minus y equals 22. And there we have it. This is the standard form equation for our line. Let's try another one. Find the standard form equation of a line that has a slope of negative 2 and passes through the point 4, negative 3. This time we're going to solve by using the point-slope equation of the line. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We know the slope, m, and a point, x1, y1. So we're going to plug in all the values we're given into this equation. So if we do that, we'll get y minus y1, so minus negative 3, is equal to m, which is negative 2, times x minus x1, which is 4, so minus 4. From here, we need to convert the equation to standard form. Do this by simplifying the subtracting a negative on the left side and then distributing through the parentheses on the right side. So if we do that, we'll have y plus 3 is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Then we're going to subtract 3 from both sides of the equation and add 2x to both sides of the equation to get the variable terms on the left side and the constants on the right side. So again, we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. That'll give us y equals negative 2x plus 5. And we're going to add 2x to both sides. That gives us y plus 2x equals 5. Finally, all we have to do is switch our two terms on the left side. So this will become 2x plus y equals 5. Remember, we can do that because of the commutative property of addition. Now we need to check and make sure that a is a positive integer. It is, so this is our final answer. Now let's shift to looking at how to find the standard form equation of a line when we are given 2 points on the line. Notice we aren't given the slope of this line, so in order to solve our problems, we will need to first find the slope of the line using the slope formula. So let's try an example. Find the standard form equation of a line that passes through the points -6, 1 and 4, 7. First, find the slope of the line. Remember, the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If we plug in our 2 points and simplify, we'll get y2 minus y1 is 7 minus 1 over x2 minus x1 is 4 minus -6. 7 minus 1 is 6. And 4 minus -6 is the same as 4 plus 6, which is 10. Then we can simplify this by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 2, and we'll get 3 over 5. So our slope is 3/5. For this example, we're going to start by using the slope-intercept form of a line. Y equals mx plus b. We found our value for m, so we can plug this into our equation. So we'll have y equals 3/5 x plus b. Now plug in either one of the points for x and y so we can solve for b. For this example, let's use the point -6, 1. So if we plug in -6, 1, we'll get 1 equals 3/5 times -6 plus b. We're going to start by multiplying on the right side. 3/5 times -6 is -18/5. And then to get rid of this -18/5, we're going to have to add 18/5 to both sides of our equation. To be able to add 1 and 18/5, we first need to convert 1 to an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 5. So remember, any whole number is the same as the fraction of that whole number over 1. So 1 over 1 is the same thing as 1. So to convert this to a fraction with the denominator of 5, we'll need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 5. If we do that, we'll get 5 over 5 plus 18 over 5 is equal to b. Then we can simplify that to get b is equal to 23 over 5. From here, let's go back to our equation from earlier and plug in our newly found value for b. So if we do that, we'll get y equals 3/5 x plus 23 over 5. From here, we need to eliminate our fractions because a will need to be an integer. To eliminate our fractions, simply multiply the entire equation by 5. If we do that, we'll get 5y is equal 5 times 3/5 x is 3x. So 5y is equal to 3x plus 5 times 23 over 5 is just 23. Now we can subtract 3x from both sides to get the variable terms on the left side and the constants on the right side. So if we do that, subtract 3x from both sides, we'll get 5y minus 3x equals 23. Then we can flip the two terms on the left side using the commutative property. So we'll get -3x plus 5y equals 23. And finally, we have to multiply the entire equation by -1 because our a value has to be positive. So if we do that, we'll get 3x minus 5y equals -23. And that's our equation. Let's work through one more problem, this time using the point-slope equation. Find the standard form equation of a line that passes through the points 7, -2, and 5, 9. The first thing we need to do is find the slope of our line using the slope formula. So our slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If we plug in our points, we'll have 9 minus -2 over 5 minus 7. 9 minus -2 is the same as 9 plus 2, which is 11. And 5 minus 7 is -2. So our slope is -11/2. Now that we know our slope, we can plug this and one of our points into the point-slope equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. For this example, let's use the point 7, negative 2. So if we plug in the values that were given, we'll have y minus negative 2 is equal to m, which is negative 11 halves, times x minus x1, which is 7. Now we have the point-slope equation of our line, so all we have to do is simplify and rearrange a little bit to get our standard form equation. First, let's simplify the subtracting a negative number on the left side and distribute on the right side. So if we do that, we'll get y plus 2 is equal to negative 11 halves x plus negative 11 halves times negative 7 is positive 77 over 2. From here, we can get rid of our fractions by multiplying the entire equation by 2. This can happen in future steps as well, but doing it right here will keep us from having to subtract fractions. So if we do this, we'll get 2y plus 4, because 2 times 2 is 4, is equal to 2 times negative 11 over 2x is negative 11x. And then 2 times 77 over 2 is 77. Then we'll subtract 4 from both sides and add 11x to both sides to get our variable terms on the left side and our constants on the right side. So let's do that all in one step. We're going to subtract 4 and we're going to add 11x. If you want to split it up into 2 separate steps so you don't get confused, that's totally fine. I just combined it in one step to show you that you can save a little bit of work while doing the same process. So if we do this, we'll get 2y plus 11x, our 4's cancel out, equals, our 11x's cancel out, 77 minus 4 is 73. Last but not least, we have to flip the 2 terms on the left side of the equation using the commutative property of addition. So that will give us 11x plus 2y equals 73. And that's our answer. I hope that this video on finding the standard form equation of a line was helpful. Thanks for watching and happy studying.